Hey everyone, Richard Metal Fan here, and today we're finally going to get to talk about Brave New World by Iron Maiden, the band's 12th album released in May of 2000. Now, wow, what can I say? Iron Maiden are back, like holy shit. They just came right out of the grave and just back with a fucking vengeance. For one thing, after the Virtual 11 tour in, I believe, 1998, or it was like between near the end of 1998 going into 1999, Blaze Bayley had left, or I believe was kicked out of Iron Maiden because, I don't know, of a meeting. I don't even know why, the whole reason behind that, but that's beyond that point. And it was around that time where Bruce Dickinson and Adrian Smith had rejoined the band, and I was like, what? And then that pretty much was the bonus. And also Yannick Gers, who replaced Adrian Smith during his whole time, decided to just stay because they just didn't, because they were all like homies, and they didn't want to kick Yannick out, so they just decided to let him stay. And thus Iron Maiden are now a six-piece, which has been that way since '99 when they got back together and they did the whole Ed Hunter reunion thing, which was a video game they put out a year before Brave New World. And it's hard to believe that they still have the same lineup for 20 years. That's pretty much the longest they've had without any members leaving, which is kind of impressive, especially now with the band having three guitar players, which is now sort of like common with some newer bands like Whitechapel or even Periphery. But anyway, but this album, oh my god, I feel like this is a great fucking album, like a great comeback after a little slump in the 80s, the 90s, and then here we are with a bang, the new millennium, 2000. Iron Maiden are back, six members, like six guys now. Now there used to be five, now there's six, these guys, including three guitar players. And this honestly, I feel like this was their best thing they've done since probably Seventh Son. And I don't think I've never seen this. I feel like this should have been the album that should have came out after Seventh Son, but Seventh Son, it's just a perfect album. Just great melodies, at least from Dave, Adrian, and Yannick, and some also like a little bit of like the sort of some of the orchestral parts there on some of the songs, especially the songs like Blood Brothers and even the Nomad. Have some really great orchestration in there, which is just really wow. And just like the bass is pretty audible. Steve Harris can do no wrong, and Nico is just superb. And Bruce just sounds as great as ever. I feel like he's back to where he was, especially in the '80s era Iron Maiden. So yeah, without further ado, let's go into this album track by track. Now the album opens up with The Wicker Man, which is a great start to the album. It starts off with a punch, and it's just fast and it's just in your face, and the tempo does not drop from the rest of the song, and it features an incredible guitar solo from Adrian Smith, and just some really great, just incredible bass drum work by Nico McBrain. I mean, he only plays like with only a single pedal, but he just does insanely good. It's especially noticed on this song, and this song is considered to be one of the best on this album, and this is surprisingly actually the first single that was released off of Brave New World. And it's just, wow, it's just great. And the choruses on here, well, I should also, my only little nitpick with Brave New World is like some of the choruses on this songs kind of repeat too much, like the Wicker Man and Brave New World and Blood Brothers, they would just repeat like Your Time Will Come and stuff, which can get a little bit annoying at times, but it doesn't detract from the actual songs. The songs is really good. Now, going on off of that is Ghost of the Navigator. Ghost of the Navigator is one of those songs that you immediately know is going to be a live classic. It builds up from an intro which starts off very slow, and it's just boom, hits you right in there. And Bruce just nails this one vocally and does this really cool sounding thing in like the pre-chorus where it sounds like he's dragging his voice. And the chorus itself is fantastic, almost defying you not to sing along to it. The solo, as per usual, is awesome, and a nice little riff section ties it back into the chorus. All in all, a very strong song. And next song on here is the title track of the album, being Brave New World. And this is kind of where where things start to slow down a little bit, but it's still a great song. The song gathers speed as it goes along, and it gradually drawing you into it. And this is one of those songs that takes a few listens to truly enjoy, and you'll probably skip it till you really listen to it. However, once you really get into it, it becomes one of the strongest songs on this album. And Bruce's vocals are just nothing short of impressive, and the lyrics are excellent. The solo section, as usual, borderlines on overkill, and it immediately follows by a ringing guitar riff that really brings it together, which I think is just really great, especially like the little lead, especially right before the last chorus with that Dave, Adrian, and Yannick play are just superb. And then the chorus repeats, and then the song shortly reverts back to the slow verse that opens it. Overall, great song. Next song on here is Blood Brothers, which is surely one of the album's best tracks. The thing just oozes atmosphere and inspiration. The keyboards and guitars both are used excellently to develop the song, as Bruce's excellent vocals and the melody adding the tensity to the atmosphere before the mesmerizing chorus. I just like the keyboard segments of the song. There's absolutely fantastic and contribute excellently to it. And I also really love the orchestral parts on there. Some really great orchestration in this song. And I would really love to, if Iron Maiden were to do something like a live tour or a show where they would have like an orchestra playing behind them, kind of like Metallica did with S&M. That would be amazing. Like, it just, like, the orchestral you can definitely hear in the mix of this song is just really superb. Makes it really unique and kind of different from like any other Iron Maiden songs that you've heard. Next song on here is The Mercenary, which is a good, fast-paced, simple song. Could be considered filler by some people, except it's too damn good to be called so, and it bears more than a passing resemblance to one of the later songs on here, Fallen Angel. But it's just really damn good. Dream of Mirrors, which is a nice epic song with great fluid tempo changes. Bruce sounds really great here, perfectly bringing forth the underlying desperation in the song, although not quite as well as you could say like the clairvoyant off of Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. There is a heck of a lot to sing along to here, which especially makes it work live, like The Dream Come True, Who and Only Dream in Black and White, and that excellent oh section, especially near the end of the song. And the song moves from like slow in the beginning to absolutely frantic in the end with some excellent pump-like drumming from Nico. Then we go into The Fallen Angel, which is here to kick you in the teeth and ask you if you want more. It starts off with a total badass riff that lets you know what this track is all about, and it doesn't let up until the end. And it features a chorus with more than just one line. The solo is one of the best on the album, and towards the end of it, there's some wicked guitar work where the music gives you imagery. It's tough to describe in words, but you'll probably understand what I mean when you hear it. And the solo leads back into the chorus, and at the end, Bruce holds a note in that's special the way he does it so well. And through the song, it just oozes good and stuff. And I believe, I don't know if I've heard this wrong. I think the song actually features some. We had some guest writing from former vocalist Blaze Bayley. I think he wrote that, and I think he might have did the next song we'll talk about, The Nomad. I don't know. That's from what I've heard. But anyway, moving on to the next song on here, which is The Nomad, which is actually, this song was originally written for the album Virtual 11, but didn't make the cut. This is quite fast with a slow section, and it evokes vast deserts with millions of sand dunes. I didn't like this song originally, which is kind of surprising, but it has really grown on me since. More than worth it for like the slow section, which is fast section on either end, which complements the middle part very well. Next song here is Out of the Silent Planet, which is triumphant and majestic, and this song is undoubtedly the album's highlight on here, which, while follows the album's multi-section form, is silky smooth in its transitions, and the triplets on the bass drums are to die for. And just like I said before, Nico only uses one drum pedal, and I guarantee your jaw will be hitting the floor if you ever see him play. And it's just wow. And then the album closes with The Thin Line Between Love and Hate, which is an awesome way to end the album. It has a strange vocal approach and sort of like a queer chorus, at least it seems to be to me, all of which work in unexpectedly excellent ways. So there is some absolutely gorgeous soloing here, and this song is contrast to its predecessor. Starts off with a mid-pace and as slower as it goes, and the melody in the slow section, it almost kind of sounds kind of like A Prisoner of Faith by Heathens. And then here is a highlighted, whereas there is a pass off for like a mere 3 seconds. And this song, though, ends rather abruptly. One could imagine noticing this, but if one hears close, and then there's actually, if you right near the very end, there's this funny little clip that says like Nico talking about how him over missing a symbol. Perhaps that's why, or I don't know. But overall, Brave New World is damn good comeback, a great return to form after their whole slump in the 1990s. So if I were to give this album a score, I'm going to give this a perfect 10 out of 10. And I honestly think this is one of the most underrated Iron Maiden albums of all time. Has some great vocals, great instrumentation, the great work, some orchestrated parts in there. Just overall impressive album. So yeah, that's probably my review of Brave New World, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it, and I'll see you all in the next video. And as always, keep it metal.